Well, hello there, running ears. Welcome once again, and we're going to give you a quick video. There's not a lot of updates, but we want to go over what we do know because we are only 3 weeks away from the Wine and Dine. And you can see how excited I am. I got my inaugural shirt on, I got my Wine and Dine cap on. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So when I was at the 50th anniversary, I actually was asking a little bit about Wine and Dine, and I did actually run into Josh tomorrow, and I asked him what was going on, and this is what he said. He told me to win, but I really don't think that's going to happen. Well, anyways, so I decided to go to the website this morning to see what is going on, and as you can see, there is no updates as of now, although some of the runs are actually still open. But when we click on Expo, there is no updates at all. So I just wanted to touch on a couple of things because I do believe, since we are only 3 weeks away, that within the next week or two, so the next 7 to 14 days, roughly, we will get some updates. We will get updates about one of the main things is going to be about mask wearing and where we're going to have to wear a mask. I believe we're going to have to wear masks anywhere where there's indoors transportation. So anywhere where we're on the bus going to and from the expo, inside of the expo, so forth and so on. Now, the other thing that I thought about is the merchandise, because there will be some merchandise. Disney's not going to let it go without any merchandise. They did it for the 50th, so they're going to do it for the Wine and Dine. So what can happen for the merchandise? There's a few things that can happen. Number one, they can let it go the way it's been before, which means you line up as soon as you get there. Now, this is not COVID related. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is always a line to get into the merchandise unless it's one of those times where it's really, really slow. But there will always be somebody there letting you know if you can go in or out. Now, if you are not let in, a lot of people think it's because of COVID. No, this is before COVID. They wanted to regulate the amount of people that were in there so it wouldn't get too crowded. And so expect that to happen. Now, what about the virtual queue? I didn't expect a virtual queue at the 50th, and it happened. And if I didn't read it, so I might have missed it, or it might have just popped up. So if there is a virtual queue and it is announced, I'll get into what that means, but I'll make it really, really quick. If there is a virtual queue and you see anybody with QR codes, you're going to get your phone and you're going to scan it as quickly as possible. And then if you get in earlier than me, make sure to add another person and let me in with you. So another thing that I think might happen is water stations. And so that's going to be updated very quickly, and we should know more about it in the next week or two. But one thing that I do suggest is bring your own water bottles. If you don't run with water bottles right now, practice it ahead of time so that way you know. I have one on actually I think it's on my hand or my belt, and so I will actually be working with it. I'll be using it so I can get used to it, because I would not be surprised if they did some kind of you stop and you refill your water bottle versus they have a water station. From what I can gather, one of the things that they are having problems with is getting volunteers, because there is a possibility volunteers have to be vaccinated, and so that's going to cause some problems there. So I don't know. That's not verified yet, but I do believe they're going to modify the water stations. So with that said, let me go over my list. So the updates to the website, the expo, possible virtual queue, mask, we went on that earlier before, and bottles. Did I miss anything else? Oh yeah, create a great run.